I always forget what we talk about as soon as we stop recording. I very much look forward to every Monday and also listen to our podcast because I genuinely forget what we talk about.
Wow, you're such a fan.
I am. I'm genuinely a fan of our podcast. It's wild. I mean, I could just look at our show notes and be like, oh yeah, that's what we talked about. But then I forget the good goofs. And then the goofs that I know that you cut out. It's like me dropping my sapphire gem into the oceans near the Titanic. Like,
why are you like this?
Because I genuinely love the Titanic.
Okay,
That's
yeah,
honestly
wait,
one
can
of
I
my
tell you a
favorite
story about Titanic real quick?
Please, God.
So, when an ex-girlfriend of mine, I was with like a couple years ago, or like I was in like high school.
Show off.
Okay, whatever. But at that point I had never seen Titanic, and she was like, yo, you gotta
oh my God.
see Titanic. And,
yeah.
But she only had it on VHS tape.
Was it the two-parter?
What?
Well, the Titanic, when it was on VHS, came in 2 parts.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was so... And the movie's like 3 years long.
Right, yeah.
So we took the first one, rewound it all the way back. It took like half an hour, at least, to rewind it, then watch it all the way through, and by the time we were done, we didn't want to do it again for the second part.
Oh my God.
It was a great time. And I still have not, like, finished it, I guess, because that was my only experience with that movie.
Well, spoiler alert, it sinks.
I mean, I know how it ends, Allie. It's history. What do you mean? It happened. It actually happened.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Anyway, welcome to Into the Twilight.
Where we talk about the intricacies of world dance and the Titanic sinking.
Yep.
And nothing to do with Twilight.
No.
Spoiler. Wow. Okay. I loved those. I grew up on that 2-part VHS.
Oh my God.
Do you remember?
How much time did you have as a kid?
Too much. Do you remember? You might have been too young for this, but when McDonald's came out with those VHS movies?
No.
What? Holy shit. Yeah, there used to be these movies where Ronald McDonald and all his fuckboys like would travel to the Puff Squad would travel dimensions and try to like kill the McBurglar or whatever the fuck his name was.
Nice. You mean that
Man,
hamburger?
you gotta do a yeah that's his name.
McBurglar.
Yeah, that one. You have to do a stop. You have to do a deep dive into Wikipedia and figure out what all those were, because damn those were a ride.
I'm not gonna do that, but thank you for the suggestion.
I'll have to send them to you when we stop recording, because it's probably where my deep-seated fear of clowns came from, to be honest.
Great. So Twilight.
A Story of Clowns.
Oh my God.
AKA
Truly,
Mike Newton.
All of these characters are actual clowns. Like, I don't want to be associated with them.
Damn.
They're just embarrassments.
So yeah, I mean, I grew up essentially on Twilight and the Hamburglar. So Maddie said that she's going to do art for us.
Ugh, God
Did
bless.
you see that?
No, but please
You
tell me the
didn't?
tale.
Excuse
Listen,
you for not
I've been
checking
busy.
up on... Wow.
I forget that our
okay.
account exists sometimes.
Yeah, she was tweeting about bear-sized chihuahua or chihuahua-sized bear. And I think I said chihuahua-sized bear, because the idea of a bear-sized chihuahua is the most terrifying thing I've ever heard of.
Everything I hate in this world.
Yeah, because I don't like chihuahuas.
Yo, I want a chihuahua-sized bear. Like, wouldn't that be lit?
I know, that
Just have a
sounds
small
literally the
bear,
best thing.
Little bear buddy?
Yeah, a little bear buddy.
Yep, that's what I want.
Yeah, exactly. I think that had to do with the fact of Bella having a fetish last week, and I don't remember anymore.
Yeah, it's all black.
Yeah, everything to me is a memory from a distant lifetime, but yeah. So I think we read, or we're just goofing. I don't know.
We unfortunately did read 2 chapters of this book.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, chapters
Can I
13
say
and 14.
how the fuck did it take 300 God-given pages to get to any sort of plot? And by the time we got there, it went way too fast.
Yeah,
there was no pacing.
No pacing. It was a little bit of a speedy little experiment that was going on there. It felt like that walkway in the airport that's going super fast. That's what it felt like to me. It's just like no sense of time or place.
Your analogies are so pure.
Thank you so much. I try.
So how does your brain work? Like, yeah, you think about those things in the airport? That's like the Stephanie Meyer novel.
I think it's for the best that you don't understand the intricacies of my mind.
Yeah, that's probably better for all of us.
Yeah. Because the analogy that I was just about to give to you for my mind, do you know anything about Pixar shorts?
Yeah.
Do you know the one about the birds?
Yes.
That's my mind.
Great. Wonderful.
Specifically because birds are one of my biggest fears.
That's cute.
Yeah. It's also National Bird Day when we're talking about this, so that's great.
How do you know that? Why do you know that?
It was trending on Twitter. I don't know.
Oh my god. Slow news day, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty slow news day, except for the fact that Paul Ryan wanted to defund Planned Parenthood. But anyway, so
Twilight, right?
So Twilight. Anyway, you can tell that you can tell that I am trying really hard not to talk about this because this chapter was literally the worst.
Because guess what? Edward literally sparkled. Finally.
Yeah, chapter 13 was wild. I know that we've been talking about the fact that the Cullen/Hale clan is called the Shiny Squad, but chapter 13 left off where chapter 12 ended, and he literally shines.
Literally.
And the funny thing about this is Stephanie Meyer, so of course she didn't know that these books were, 1, going to take off, or 2, to be turned into a movie franchise. But she dug herself into a really big hole here because the fact that she mentions that Edward shines, and he doesn't just shine, he shines like his skin has diamonds underneath it. And so that sucks, first of all, for the FX team that has to do it in the movies. But also, when I read that again, when we were doing it for this podcast, all I could think of was Rihanna. So,
okay, well.
That's great.
It's a good comparison,
so that's all I have to say about that. Yeah.
I do like, though, how that we see Edward literally, using Stephanie Meyer's terms, literally sparkling.
Literally.
Yeah. And Bella does absolutely nothing about it.
No.
She's like, yeah, no, this is super chill.
Right.
Totally
She's really
normal.
not that amused by it, actually.
By someone who is fazed by a lot of things, very mundane things, the fact that she's just, fine with all these supernatural stuff is very funny.
Yeah. Bella, whose middle name I'm pretty sure is Shook,
Yep.
is thoroughly unimpressed by the body highlight that Edward has going on.
Yeah, she's like, I've seen
it's
better,
amazing. Yeah. Yeah. It's wild to me that...
Sorry, I watched, I don't know, Beta Gurus.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have started this page.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a whole sub box, actually. I don't know if you've heard about this new hot thing. It's called YouTube, actually.
Yeah, so you can try, though. It's good effort.
Yeah, I actually have a VIB with Sephora, so you can fuck right off, actually. Yeah, it was amazing that
I'm pretty sure a VIB membership costs more than the thing.
Well, I mean, fuck off.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. You're not wrong. Yeah, that I thought was wild. And I'm interested for you to see this whole situation play out.
I don't
in the
want to
movie.
see it. I don't.
Don't you though?
There's nothing I dread more.
I think you do. I think you really want to see this play out.
No.
Just because it's everything about it, too, especially because she depicts his skin as being marble, too.
Yeah, that's weird.
So it's an interesting description that she's got going on there. So it's
hey,
both
he looks
marble
like a
and
statue,
diamonds.
But he also looks like diamonds, but also like he's sparkling. I don't know, man. Listen, I'm just throwing shit at the wall.
Yeah, so he's marble, he's crystal, he's diamonds. Okay, so wow. It's a lot.
He's got it all, ladies.
Yeah. Could your bae ever? And then he was also, a Greek god, like the last chapter?
Yep.
Beforehand?
And in this chapter.
Yeah.
Seemingly every chapter.
Right. Yeah. That's just a lot. There's a lot of, stone, rock similes going on in this chapter as well, because of the fact that she's marveling at his skin, and she describes it being satin smooth and cool as stone, and it's just okay. Fuck off, Bella. It's just, there's a lot going on here. What did you feel about him throwing the tree branch and the masculinity?
It was too much.
That was a lot.
It was more of Bella just watching him do shit that's not normal, and her being yeah, I'm kind of turned on by this, I think. I'm scared, but that's hot.
Yeah, it's just her again being turned on by this fear element. She's got an adrenaline thing.
You know what? I think since she's had no previous relationship experience and does not know what to do with her feelings, she's just associated all of the emotions and sexual desires to all the wrong things and all the things that should not be associated with that. So she's yeah, okay, yeah, throw this fucking tree or whatever, and be mad and live your truth. That's good for me. That's a time.
Right. The weird thing about this whole whatever he's doing in a situation, it's a lot of bravado, right? Mm-hmm. Because the fact that he goes off on her about, I don't know, she's trying to get close to him and stuff, and he's no. And
none of that.
None of that. And he's I'm the world's best predator. He's everything about me invites you, and it's okay. He's my voice, my face, my smell, and it's okay. And then he jumps off, goes into song, snaps a tree in half, and it's okay, what? Okay.
No, there was something really about this passage that I got literally mad at.
Yeah.
After he does his drama queen whatever act, she goes, face ashen, eyes wide, I sat like a bird locked in the eyes of a snake. Maybe not oh, I don't know, a lion and a lamb. No, not those, right? Not
yeah.
Just a snake and a bird. That classic comparison that we've made in this series.
Yeah, totally.
How could you not? A perfect place, but no, whatever, it's fine.
Ugh. Everything about this scene is just gross.
Yes.
And especially because the fact that he goes from threatening her, even though he's not throwing the tree at her, he's being violent. Mm-hmm. And then he gets broody and frustrated, mm-hmm. and is I should have left long ago. I should leave now, but I don't know if I can. And then she, quote, mumbles pathetically, being I don't want you to leave. And then he's which is exactly why I should. And just goes off on the fact that he's a selfish creature. It's yeah, we know. We
got it.
That's exactly what you're saying by doing all of these things. We know that,
but Bella is continually proving that she doesn't know that, or if she did, she does not care. Because he's yeah, I should leave because, you're obsessed with me and I'm obsessed with you, whatever. And, I want to be with you, but, I can't. And she's well, I'm glad you want to be with me. It's it's not what you should focus on, Bella. Come on. Use the brain.
He's trying to explain to her, right, that he is, like, obsessed with her, and she's just not getting it.
Yeah.
So, of course, he uses the only thing that he can, which is analogous terms and some sort of comparison. So, of course, he uses the only thing that would, of course, make sense to Bella. A comparison of drugs. Because that makes sense.
Yeah. I thought you were going to start about the ice cream metaphor. Which is basically like, because women are food, right? Lit.
Well, yeah, I mean, it starts off with the ice cream metaphor, which was wild. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was funny of the, like, you know how everyone enjoys different flavors? Like, some people enjoy strawberry and others enjoy chocolate. Right. And so she's like, yeah, of course, right? And he's like, yeah, sorry about the food analogy or whatever. I couldn't figure out another way to explain. But
now imagine that ice cream is full of heroin. That's what you are.
Oh, fuck.
There's so many, like, references to, like, either addiction or, like, substances in this particular chapter when they're talking about their, like, love or, like, obsession with each other. And it's, like, very uncomfortable.
It's just so, inappropriate.
Yes.
And not handled well.
No,
thank you. Especially because, it's a hard pass for me, actually. God. I just don't understand. Because the fact that when Bella does catch on to it, and she's like, so what you're saying is I'm your brand of heroin. And she's teasing him. She literally says, trying to lighten the mood. And he goes on saying, yes, you are exactly my brand of heroin. This is not a joke, my friends.
No.
That's not relationship goals. That is not something that you want young adults to be aspiring to, is a drug that can kill you the first time that you take it. Friends.
Romance.
No. Stick to ice cream if need be.
Yeah. If anything.
Stick to a good old sorbet. Like,
if you're gonna make a shitty metaphor, don't involve high-class narcotics.
Yeah.
Please.
Is
that too much to ask?
Terrace House wouldn't do that.
Not that you would know.
Hey. Hey. Rude.
You set that one up for yourself.
It's rude. Rude.
Hey, can we... Hey, follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight, and then also at 23andMe, and bully her for not finishing Terrace House yet. Thank you.
That's so rude, first of all.
Listen, you started so many other shows.
Excuse me?
So many! You were so close to finishing.
I just don't like endings, alright? Anyway.
Meanwhile, I cannot wait till we get to the end of this novel.
Honestly. Thankfully, Edward moves on, finally, and starts to bring up my true fave, Jasper, who has not gotten enough page time yet.
Yeah, I did not even know who that was until now.
Yeah. He will finally soon. He's pure and too good for this novel, but alas. Edward mentions that he asked his brother if this happens a lot, and it doesn't, obviously, otherwise this book wouldn't have happened. So,
nope.
And basically it doesn't happen, and that's all, I guess.
Great.
Like, it's not... Stephanie Meyer tries to give a little bit of backstory about them, but, I mean, if this was normal, then this saga wouldn't exist.
Right, this is my normal everyday life.
Right, yeah. Everybody has their own version of a all-consuming relationship within this series, so...
But, like, the way he talks about, like, how, like, he's really trying to explain that, like, his obsession with Bella is, like physical, and, like, he can't control it or whatever, or he tries very hard to control it because he's been, like, doing that at a much lower level for, like, his whole life. Like, he's been, like, trying not to, literally eat all the high schoolers or whatever, and he's just been doing that. And then as soon as Bella came in, he was like, oh, fuck, what? Oh, God.
Yes.
And it got really, like, predatorial, and, like, if I met you, like, long before that, and, like, in an alley or somewhere, you'd be, like,
that
dead.
That was so gross.
I was like, yikes, I gotta,
Yeah, that was the grossest thing.
Got to go.
Ugh. Yeah, especially
like, the only reason that I'm not attacking right now is because I've been literally training myself for years to, like, keep it together a little bit.
Yeah, especially because of the fact that he says that it took everything in him to not jump her in the middle of that class full of folks. And I was like, hey, shush, shut up. Like, stop.
No, boy.
Reason how to not attract Bae. Say that. Literally, stop.
Done. You
literally, shut up. Stop.
I wish that were true, though, because Bella could never be more in love.
And then you pan to Bella, and she's got the heart eyes emoji. Like, Bella, shut up.
Oh my god.
Stop. God. I don't understand either of them. I don't get it.
He keeps talking about, like, the fragrance of her skin and stuff, and I, like, literally cannot stop thinking about the strawberry shampoo. I'm like, is it that good?
Edward just has a real affinity for strawberry.
Yo. I believe it.
Yeah. And, of course, he's talking about the fact that he flashes back, of course, to that day when they had first met and how he was literally gone girl and he had gone to Alaska. And then we'll learn about where he was with a clan soon. And he had been with some friends up there, but he had been homesick. Oh, Edward, you little shit. But he came back because he had upset Esme and everybody else there. But it was hard because she was, quote, irresistible. So gross. My favorite thing about that, though, is he says, quote, who were you, an insignificant little girl, to chase
it's so,
me?
Like, he keeps referring to her like she's, like, a glass doll, and that she's, like, this little, like, breakable girl who, like, can't do anything, and it's just like, and he's like, oh, how funny that, like, someone like you, like, stopped someone like me in my tracks.
Right.
It's like, that's not how you treat your lady, you know?
Honestly. And you would think, I don't know, you would think if they're having this conversation and they're trying to be honest with each other, that he would still adjust how he is confessing this to her. Like, I wouldn't tell Bae, like, hey, I thought of you as insignificant.
Right.
Like, that's just not, I don't know. That's
as soon as, like, he ripped his shirt off and he was like, I am a Becca highlighter, hear me roar. Yeah. Like, he just thought it was, like, full everything goes, and he can just be like, yeah, let's just talk to you like I talk to all my other vampire friends, and not like the actual train wreck that doesn't really know anything that's going on, Bella Swan, that you have to explain everything to so carefully, and still maybe not get it quite through as you want it to.
If we don't have merch that says, I am a Becca highlighter, hear me roar, then this podcast means nothing.
Well, I think we'll have some legal issues with that specific design, but, you know.
We might know some people that can make
That's not how that works, but okay. I'll let you play this fantasy.
Just let me live. Just let me live. Oh my god. That's just... Wow. That's fantastic, actually. Damn. That's just a fantastic image to me, honestly. I'm just imagining... Like,
I feel like you didn't listen to literally anything I said after that.
I did. I'm just imagining this fantastic circle and then with a little coiffed
No,
hair.
remember in Doctor Who where she's like that like taupe, basically with the face on it. That's him, but inside a pan of Rebecca highlight.
And then it plays that Britney Spears song.
Yes.
Like the song of the nation. That's fantastic. Yeah. I love it, actually. That's too pure.
Is it too pure?
I mean, no, but it's pure in the context of our podcast.
Well, that's fair. Rated NC-17.
Oh my fuck. Edward goes on to talk about, because he's basically just remembering all of his memories of Bella now, even though it's been 2 weeks with them. He goes on to talk about the car wreck, and he's like, of course, then you nearly crushed yourself to death and in front of my eyes, and I could think, this motherfucker. No, all he says is, at that time, all I could think of was not her. It's so gross. So
Stop.
Gross. It's been 2 weeks. These motherfuckers.
Y'all can shit. Listen, if Romeo and Juliet lasted, I don't know, 6 days, and everyone and their mother was like, this is love, then they can do this for a little bit. They can bullshit this.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I consider love. Romeo and Juliet and these two.
Truly the pinnacle of young love.
Yeah.
It's all gonna go bad, and either you're a vampire or you're dead. So that's fun to look forward to. Wait till college, maybe. I don't know.
Wait till college. Yeah. The whole thing about this meadow is just them reliving all of the 3 memories that they've had together. So. And
more Edward saying anything, and then Bella just kind of being there and still blinded by his chest.
Yeah. Just unable to make eye contact because she literally can't see anything.
She's shielding her eyes with her hand, but is kind of looking and trying to pay attention.
She's got leaves over her eyes because she's trying to use them as makeshift sunglasses.
She put on a visor. I don't know where she got that from because she lives in Forks, but
Yeah. And then, of course, we get to the ableist language part of the chapter.
Ooh.
Which is, just necessary when it comes to Stephenie Meyer, of course. So,
take a drink.
Yeah. If you're playing along with your bingo board, it's time to take a check off that. Because we get to the part where Bella says, you know how I feel, of course. I'm here, which roughly translated means I would rather die than stay away from you. She frowns and then says, I'm an idiot. And Edward agrees with a laugh that you are an idiot. And they laugh together at her idiocy, shockingly. So that's great, folks.
And what a perfect segue to end the line that fell in love with the lamb.
Oh, God.
Just a whole bunch of shit.
Just, wow. Yeah, and it's perfectly followed up from that to what a stupid lamb.
It never ends.
And what a sick, masochistic one.
Really, God. Romantic and
romance.
Romance.
God.
And just healthy. When I think of healthy relationships, I think of masochism and innocence. And,
and putting each other down.
Yeah. Berating each other.
Right.
Making each other feel, either dangerous or scared. The good things, You know how love is. Right.
Well, they obviously feel that way. Because as soon as this happens, they kiss each other.
Yep.
So.
Right in the face.
That's great. Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
Are you really gonna try to argue with me? And then you realize that it wasn't right on the face.
No, I just didn't know where else you thought they were gonna kiss. They weren't gonna elbow kiss.
Not with that attitude.
The vampire elbow kiss.
Oh, I'm sorry. Vampires can fucking sparkle, but they kiss all normally? That's cool. I'm glad they can all speak that language the same.
No, but that attitude. Oh, God. But, of course, when it comes to these motherfuckers, they can't just kiss with chill.
No, someone has to have a meltdown.
and this case, it's both of them.
Well, I would argue that one is caused by the others.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. My favorite thing is it starts off with Edward and his idea of romance being telling Bella that the blush on her cheeks is lovely.
It's so, like, he really is from, what, like, 1901? Goddamn. Like, that's not...
Yeah. Yeah. So, that's great. And then he tells her, be very still. Because, great. Great.
As if she wasn't, like, already, like, a literal rock. Just kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, great.
What do you want? Her teeth like clenched, like she's like not moving anything. It's like, no. Whatever you say.
So that happens, or whatever. My favorite thing apart that, which really says romance to me, is when Bella narrates, and then too soon he released me. Wow, friends. Romance.
Romance.
Oh, fuck.
When I think of romance.
When I think of romance, I think of the dialogue bit a few lines down. Not nearly as bad as I imagined it would be.
Yeah, that's really how all first kisses go, don't you think? Like...
You're not wrong,
it's like,
honestly.
Yeah, that wasn't like... Shit. Could have been worse. Could have been worse.
It's a solid, like, 4 out of 10.
Yeah, like, we're, like, there, you know? Next one's probably... We're gonna get better. But, like, that was alright. Go team. And then just high five.
Room for improvement. Oh, God. They're just the worst.
Most.
Well, yeah, I mean that too, actually.
All of it.
All of it. They are all of it, actually. Yeah.
Can we talk about how Edward refers to himself as a deplorable creature, and because of recent events, I can only think of a basket of deplorables?
We can talk about all of that, actually.
Because all of the Shiny Squad is really a basket of deplorables, if we're honest.
Well...
Or a
a
basket of Edward Cullens.
Yes, from what you know about the Shiny Squad, they are a basket of deplorables. Once you learn more about the Shiny Squad, I think you will grow to appreciate some of them.
You know I'm not going to do that, but I appreciate your optimism.
I actually don't agree with that, but I will respect
if
your
you can
opinion.
get me to feel for any character in this book, I will give you $1 billion.
I hope you have a checkbook.
I don't.
Me either, actually.
What's done?
Yeah. Who needs a checkbook?
Yeah, who writes checks? Fuck off.
I don't... You don't need a checkbook. But I think that you will.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to clarify a feeling other than hatred, because that's already been happening.
I think by the end of the saga, you will have a feeling for a vampire, other than hatred. Keep that black heart of yours open.
I mean, it's very small, so... and cold and dead, and really not a good condition for anyone to be inside, so...
And yet...
Is this where you say you're in love with me?
I just think that there's a few vampires that are worth having hope for.
Well, good thing they're not real, so...
That's what you think, but I live in the Pacific Northwest. I know some shit.
Oh my god, Allie.
Is this chapter over yet?
No.
Oh my god. No, it's not, because we haven't gotten to my favorite part of this chapter, where Bella asks if Edward will turn into a bat.
Yeah. Yo, that was lit.
That was my favorite part. And Edward laughs louder than she's ever heard and says, like, I haven't heard that one before. So that was great.
Yeah,
was cool.
Edward's actually, like, laughing and somewhat enjoying himself, which is very awkward for me.
And then a page later he snorts, which was wild. I want to hear that sound.
Well...
Can you imagine what that would sound like?
Is it not in the movie?
No, it's not.
Damn, missed opportunity. We gotta reshoot just to fit that in.
The idea of Robert Pattinson snorting is literally the funniest thing that I've ever heard of.
I'm sure that absolutely exists on the internet. You're not looking hard enough.
I haven't tried.
See, there's your problem.
And then I almost called him Robert Pattinson. That's funny. Edward runs.
Edward Pattinson.
Edward Pattinson, too real. Edward runs and Bella dies.
Literally.
So that was great. So much so that Bella's like, I think I need to lie down. My favorite part of this is Edward's like, oh, sorry. And then Bella's like, I think I need help.
She's so like, don't touch me. And he's like, yeah, okay. And he's like, wait. I still need your help. I just don't want to admit to it.
That's me as fuck, honestly.
It's like, no, come back.
Oh my god. Oh, that was so good. Yeah. She's so good. Because he's like, how do you feel? And she's like, dizzy, I think. Oh, man.
Listen, have we forgotten how bad she is at gym? Like, you think running is going to be great?
And his attempt at a joke is terrible. Because the fact that he says, you're as white as a ghost. Huh, no, you're as white as me. And she just basically stares at him.
I think I hate Happy Edward more than I hate Brooding Edward. Like, he's unbearable. I don't want to talk to him.
Yeah, he's the worst.
He's, like, trying to be, like, a relatable dad, like, telling dad jokes, and is, like, trying to be funny, but, like, it's not good, man.
His idea of jokes are terrible.
You've been around for this long and you don't know what jokes are, really? Come on, y'all.
What if he watches, like, how to tell a joke videos on YouTube?
Well... I guess it's an option.
He probably watches, like, Tyler Oakley videos.
Oh, is that what you would call how to tell a joke videos on the internet?
No, but
the videos of Tyler Oakley?
No, but I was just imagining,
By Binge, it's a guide to become a comedy star and tell the best jokes. By me, famous comedian Tyler Oakley.
Oh my god.
World renowned.
World renowned. Fuck.
Anyway, can we get this over with? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything else in this chapter other than the fact that they kiss again and then they start to drive back to her house.
Oh, so there's one thing on the last page where he's like, his they say his mobile features transformed, and I just read that as him getting like iOS 10 or something. Be like, oh, sick. My phone's so fast and for the future.
His body, like, upgrades.
He's a robot.
Yeah, he turns into, like, Optimus Prime. That's great. Yeah, so, thank God. Chapter 13, finally over.
What a wild ride.
True, like, literally.
This next chapter starts off with already I'm mad.
Go on.
Because... I didn't think, okay, Bella's already, like, picky about music, and it's just, like, I don't even like sounds. Fuck it, whatever. I like listening to trees or something. And pretentious. Meanwhile, Edward's like, yeah, 50s is good, but, like, the 60s and 70s were horrible for music, and I was like, homie, what? Excuse me? Excuse me?
I mean, is it bad that I agree with it?
Are you gonna tell me, you were just telling me how you love Marvin Gaye. He was peak 60s.
I mean, I tolerate Marvin Gaye. But I grew up on 50s music.
50s music is awesome. 60s music is fucking bomb. It's Motown. It's all the civil rights. Everything's happening. It's great. It's a good time for art in general. And it's great music.
Okay. I like 60s music. I don't like 70s music.
No, I will agree with that. 70s is like, whatever. I'm here for Bowie and that's about it. And like, some classic rock. But that's about it.
Okay.
The fact that he tolerates 80s more than he tolerates 60s and 70s is baffling to me.
Yeah, that's... Well, given his character, that doesn't surprise me, but... Yeah.
I mean, I picture 80s as mostly, like, you know, weird rock and also, like, pop tech stuff, you know? Like, it's a weird time for music, and he seems more, like, brooding and listening to, like, I don't know, My Chemical Romance or something.
Oh my god! Yeah. Yeah. I'm not surprised given his character, but yeah, I thought that was interesting, I guess.
Also, this motherfucker's...
He's just an asshole.
This is where we learn basically his origin story before we knew it. And this motherfucker's from Chicago, and that's just honestly rude to me and my culture and my family. And everything I stand for.
This chapter is all tragic backstory for everybody.
God, literally.
Like, this is the Shiny Squad's tragic backstory 101, basically.
The Spanish influenza, the movie.
Right. Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot until I read this that it was Chicago. I knew it was 1901, but I forgot that it was Chicago. And so I was like, oh,
1901 is tattooed in my brain. No, I'm not happy. I'm pissed. Get out of my city.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
I mean, you didn't do it.
No, Meyer did it.
I apologize on her behalf.
Stephenie Meyer was doing it to personally offend you.
I believe it. She's done a lot of things to personally offend me, so...
I thought that it was weird that Stephenie Meyer wrote Edward smiling a tiny smile when she writes that he was dying.
A tiny smile?
Why was he smiling a tiny smile when he was recollecting his death?
I like to think of it as not, like, a small smile, just kind of like half a smile, but, like, his mouth is, like, literally very small. And he's smiling so big. But, like, it's just a small mouth on his face.
Like Nick Vile's small mouth?
Yes, exactly, like Nick Vile's
small mouth. Oh, God. That's great. Yeah, so this is all tragic backstory. So we find out about Edward's death. We hear about how Carlisle saved him because Carlisle is a god amongst immortal men.
Is it God again? Amongst gods.
Yep. God amongst gods. And then we find out about my true fave, Esme, who had the most fucked up life. She fell from a cliff. Like,
cute.
Like, damn. Honestly, me. That's like, that's me as fuck. Honestly, she lived a hard life. And then Rosalie. Oh, I can't wait for you to learn more about Rosalie. We learn a little bit about her here, but like, damn, her life. I thought, like, oh, what do you think about her so far?
I think she's cool. I don't know. We find out that Rosalie, like, basically finds her man by him getting attacked by a bear and her just being like, lit, that's mine. And I'm like, great, finally I've been looking for the answers about how to reel one in, and like, I got it now. Like, it's all smooth sailing from here.
But not just that, but like, the kind of strength that takes to be like, Bae was attacked by a bear, was bleeding, and she didn't kill him while he was bleeding out, but carried him all that way. Like, wow.
Wow.
Goals.
What a nice vampire lady.
Honestly, though. Oh, man. And you don't even know. You don't even know yet. You don't even know what kind of savior that she will be, but soon.
If you spoil me, I swear to God.
I won't. I'm not going to tell you a goddamn thing.
Thank you.
But they're baes, so that's great. And then my true OTP, Alice and Jasper. My baes, oh my god. They're great, and I love them so much. My favorite thing is Edward describes Alice as having certain gifts above and beyond the normal of our kind, so that was great. And the fact that Stephenie Meyer italicizes the fact that she sees things.
Like, we get it, Stephenie. Thanks.
So, they're my fave because the fact that... So, it says here, so she saw Jasper and knew that he was looking for her before he knew it himself. It's too pure.
Wow.
God. I hate them.
I love how vulnerable you're getting for this podcast. You're really, committing yourself to the art,
Stop. God, I hate them. So they're great, and they can fuck off. But yeah, there's this short about Alice and Jasper and how they met, and it was at VidCon, like in the short fucking thing that Emily...
Nailed it. You're doing great.
Shut up. In the thing that Emily Diana Ruth does with Charlie.
Sure.
I'll have to send it to you.
Great.
I think Yulin King, I think that's her last name. I think she was the one that directed it. I'll have to send it to you. It's so cute. But it's pure and gentle.
May I ask what year this was?
Like a year ago.
Wow.
Like 2 years ago.
Wow.
It's actually really well directed and stuff, so you can fuck right off.
No, listen, I thought we are outdated in terms of our podcast, but the fact that it's being spread to other mediums still this late in the game is truly inspiring.
Well, it's never too late.
That's very incorrect, but, I'll let you live that fantasy.
Whatever.
It's not like Twilight ages like a fine wine, Like, you're making it seem like... Ooh,
that's real, actually.
It's perfect. It's held up after all these years. No.
Oh, God. So the fucked up thing, and the thing to remember from this chapter, is that Alice doesn't remember her human life at all.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't remember who created her. Dun dun dun.
Whoa.
So that's wild. And she woke up alone.
Oh,
so
baby.
That's really fucked up. Yeah. Also, really gross that Stephanie Meyer uses the S word in that dialogue bit. So gross.
Which one is that? Hold on. Wait, where are we?
Why did she use savage? Like, what the
why did you say that as the S word? Why are you censoring?
Well, I wasn't saying shit. Like, what is she using that for?
Which is exactly why I'm confused why you said the S word. You're like, savage. Don't let anyone hear you say savage.
Why is she using that word?
Listen, I know meme culture and, slang stuff has brainwashed your mind into thinking that savage was not a word previously to 2016, but it was.
It's just nasty.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point.
I know. It's just unnecessary.
Well,
oh my god.
This has been Linguistics with Cody and Allie.
Hi, I'm an English major. I just forgot about this until right now. Wow. So they end up in her driveway. Shocker, folks. And they're talking about dinner again. Also shocker, folks. And Edward's like, sorry, I'm probably keeping you for dinner. And, he is like, can I come in? And she asks if he wants to. And
as if he didn't ask.
Right, yeah. And she finds out that he is familiar with her home.
It's so gross, y'all.
And why is that, Cody?
'Cause he's been stalking her every single day and going into her house and seeing her life. It's like really cute. Yeah. And guess what? How Bella react to that? She's flattered.
She is. Yep.
Bella.
Yeah.
No.
He says, you're interesting when you sleep. And he said it matter-of-factly. And all she says is, no, and gasps. So he's like, are you angry with me? And she says, that depends. So, okay.
Literally the only reason that she's like, this is questionable, is the fact that he might have heard her talk about Edward once. in her sleep. That's the only thing that sends off alarms in her brain.
Yep.
Everything else is like, no, totally chill, watching me sleep, like, super dope, like, watching me live my life without me knowing, like, excellent, great. More of that, please.
Yeah.
But, hear me talk about you in my sleep? Nah.
It's the grossest thing. Yeah, especially because of the fact that he tells her everything that he knows. Like, you miss your mother. You worry about her. And when it rains, the sound makes you restless. You used to talk about home a lot, but it's less often now. Once you said it's too green. And then he just starts laughing. And the fact that she says his name. And she just sighs in defeat and is like, a lot? Literally, stop. That's so gross. So now we know that when she fell asleep outside, when she was reading about Sense and Sensibility, it probably wasn't the creepy, spooky ghost. It was him.
It was a creepy, spooky vampire. Which is even better.
Yeah. So that's a hard pass for me. Ugh. Gross, Edward. No.
Edward. Eddie.
Me and my spray bottle just
spraying
it on him.
Get out. Stop. Bad Edward.
You know better than that. Yeah. So, of course, then he says that, right? And in his usual fashion, then just is gone, girl. Because, like,
later.
That's what you do. So, that's great.
And then we have the most awkward dinner conversation with Chardash Dad.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Every time that you do that, I think you're saying Chardashian.
Yo. There's nothing I want more.
Can you imagine?
No. Shut up. I want a Charlie... a Keeping Up with Charlie style reality show starring Charlie Swan and just him living his life and no, it's perfect because Bella's literally like, I don't know, like Kylie or something, who's just kind of like not giving a shit and not being like, you're such a loser, Dad, and like out of there, Audi 5000, and then Charlie's just like, man, nobody understands me. And it's great, and we all love him, and it's wonderful.
Oh my god.
That's what I want.
Can you imagine?
2017.
What is, oh god. What's that? Oh no, I need to Google it.
Oh my god.
I need to Google the oldest sister's husband. Do you know his name?
Oldest sister? Which one's the oldest?
Courtney's husband.
Oh, Scott?
Husband? Scott. Can you imagine Scott with Charlie?
No. Rework all of those things because Scott is actually Edward. Because Edward is so, like, violent and, like, will just punch through, like, a mirror and, like, be pissy and emotional.
Okay, so
except in this one, instead of, Scott and Courtney having, like, 3 kids and never get married, this time they can only have sex if they're married, so...
Okay, no, I love this, because Renee is totally, wow, why am I forgetting all the Kardashians?
Oh my god.
What the fuck is the mom's name?
Kris Jenner.
Okay, yeah, no, Renee is definitely Kris.
Yes.
Okay, so then, who is Jessica? Which of the sisters is she?
Jessica's probably
Chloe?
I don't know. Yeah, I think she might be Chloe.
Like, chill most of the time, but we'll start shit?
Yes. And also, we don't hear from her a lot, so...
Yeah.
We kind of just forget and, like, don't really care about her.
Who's Jacob?
Oh, fuck. I mean, Jacob's gotta be Rob Kardashian, because he's always starting shit. Because he's quiet for most of the series, and then, like, when it peaks up and there's, like, relationship drama, he's, like, all in. And he just starts...
Not Kim?
He could be Kim, too.
Because I guess Kim's more the star of the show, though.
That's true. But Bella's not Kim, so...
No, there's no way.
No. He's probably a mix. Kardashians are fluid. Kardashian identities are fluid,
Wow. This is a game changer.
Yeah.
Wow. I love this. This is great.
In this fictional reality, can I be Kanye and just kind of like not in it, but also having my life be very much a part of this unwillingly?
Yeah, then I want to be Black China.
Yes, you're allowed that.
Wow,
you get those coins, you know?
Yeah. And also, like, just slightly in the family drama.
Yeah, just enough, you know?
Yeah. Wow. That's a game changer.
I didn't think we were gonna pull that one out, but I'm glad we did.
Yeah. There's so many other family members to add into this.
No, this is an ever-growing.
Yeah. Oof. Damn. I didn't think we were gonna get a bit out of that, but my god. Wow.
So, like, anyway, Bella and Edward kind of have, like, sex, but not really, and it's great, and it's really awkward, and it's lovely.
I mean, that's the best way to put it.
It is funny, though, because she doesn't know that Edward is there, because he's just like, bye, and she's like, okay, that's fine, that's normal. And then she just goes upstairs to her room, and he's, like, lounging on her bed, like he's got like a rose in his mouth, and he's like raising his eyebrows up and down, and he's like, welcome, come sit with me. It's the most. Yeah.
He's like salsa dancing in her room alone.
Exactly, yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't know you were here.
Oh my god, yeah, it's so wild.
And they just cuddle for like 4 hours.
Yeah, the weirdest thing about that is he's cold, right? She makes
so
a point.
Cold.
She makes a point of mentioning that a lot in this, and she like falls asleep on him even though he's freezing. And
she's like hugging a refrigerator.
Literally. It doesn't make any sense. He does start to confess the fact that he's having these, like, human emotions, and he's starting to get jealous of, like,
Mike of all people.
About that vile Mike Newton, which, fuck Mike Newton. Same, Edward.
Take a drink.
Yeah. So that's wild. Everything about this whole situation of them cuddling in the bed is just so weird.
For like a calendar year. Yeah.
Literally. Oh yeah, and he sings her to sleep. Weird. Yeah, hard pass for me, actually. Also, my favorite part about that is, like, after a few minutes, he's like, did you fall asleep? And she's like, no.
He literally says something, and she doesn't say anything for, like, I don't know, 10 seconds. He's like, oh, are you asleep?
Oh my god.
It's like, that's not... Listen. She can be thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, the last bit of that chapter is I drifted to sleep in his cold arms. Romance.
I froze to death and I got pneumonia, but, like, it was worth it.
Totes
That's comfortable for me.
Yeah. We made it through.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so next week, 15 and 16. Yay.
Yeah, do it. Put in the books.
Yep. And we can figure out more of the Kardashian Swan family if works.
God bless.
Yay. God bless. Yeah. So that's wild.
Truly wild.
Yeah.
This is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Earbud Media. And if you want to make a podcast, you can do that with us.
Yeah.
bit.ly/Earbud Pitch. Live your truth. Chase your bliss.
Make a
podcast. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow, did you really... Are you shocked, honestly, at this point?
That we're in sync? Obviously.
Remember in the beginning when we definitely were not in sync, though? With each other?
Well, that's what happens when it's been
Look at where we are. Look at where we started.
Oh, that's so pure.
I'm gonna delete that, but...
Oh my god. That's so rude.
It was just a goof. Okay, anyway.
Don't play me like that.
You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight. We have a Facebook page and also a Patreon where you can send us those dollars. You can get a lot of cool perks. And just a little bit, you can basically make the show free as fuck for us, and that would be lit. So we can make it free for you. That's fun.
And you can listen to a bunch of cool stuff that you have never listened to before.
never with your very own ears, and it'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. We also have a Tumblr, which Allie has curated for millennia and has been making it picture perfect just for you guys.
My literal pride and joy.
It's her child, I think.
It literally is.
Is it on, like, you should be like, hey, so I want to be a teacher. Here's my resume. You can see that all the links are into the twilightshow.tumblr.com. Yeah. This is my literary peak. It's my knowledge on books.
It's on my business card.
Yes. You can find Allie on the internet at 23ofme.
Hell yeah,
everywhere. You can. And you can find me on the internet at Cody Captures or codykrell.co.
Why don't you tighten up your brand?
Sorry, I like using my name. I'm not gonna name my website Cody Captures. Who do you think I am?
I don't know who
Someone
you are.
with a consistent brand? Who, me? I changed my name like 40 times. You think I'm gonna have a consistent brand at this point?
Whatever.
Our artwork is done by the wonderful, amazing goddess that is Jada Pinkett Smith. I mean, Maddie Padilla.
Oh, you caught me for a loop there.
Could you imagine?
The literal Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, she did it. You can find her stuff at YourGhostHost44 on Instagram and everywhere else you can find it. She makes it pretty easy.
Oh my god, can we change the celebrity every week?
Hey, don't spoil my plans, okay?
Oh my god. Sorry, I need to stop reading off the show notes.
Our theme music is done by Eli Krause, who's great and wonderful, and he has a website where you can find his stuff at krausfilms.com. That's KRAUSS films.com.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all, I've been calling you out for weeks to send me fan fiction, and you have not done it. So, fuck you, first of all.
Fake fans.
Fake fans, you all are posers, first of all. So
I'm glad it took it this long to completely eradicate our fan base.
Yeah.
Y'all suck. Later.
Bye. So I've taken it upon myself to haze myself and go onto fanfiction.net and find a fanfiction that's based on Twilight, and I'm gonna read an excerpt.
Just you saying fanfiction.net like sent me back. Like I'm traumatized.
And so what we're going to do at the end of every pod now is I'm going to read an out-of-context excerpt from a Twilight fanfiction, and that's all I'm going to do, and you have no context other than the fact that I'm going to give you the title and proper creds. So this is from An Introduction to Swirl and Daisy.
Immediately I have questions.
And it's by M81170.
Perfect.
And so this is the excerpt for you. Fortunately, he didn't seem too bothered by my rude question. My name is Edward Cullens. I'm 13 years old. My home phone, beeper, and fax number are all on that card. Wow, this guy was smooth. How many other girls had this card in their backpacks or purses?
I have so many questions.
I can't do
But
this.
really, the main one is why? Why did any of this have to be in the universe?
I need to get through this. Oh god.
You said an excerpt.
His cheeks reddened, and damn, that was really cute. I internally slapped my wrist for thinking the word damn. I actually had them printed up, he muttered. I internally let out a sigh, and then decided I was thinking of doing everything internally, and held out my hand. My name is Bella Swan. I just moved here from Phoenix to live with my dad. I actually don't know my phone number. It's really nice to meet you, though. Okay, I'm done.
Shocking. That's so shocking. She doesn't know. Of course she doesn't.
Of course she doesn't know her phone number.
She really got the spirit of the character.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I can't.
Oh, y'all.
Well, as we say in Forks.
Get bit, y'all.
That's real. That's a real thing somebody wrote and put on the internet.
Oh my god.